Alright, now we are all set with this Alpha Division matchup. We're going to be looking at Illuminate versus Digital Dynasty on Villa. Illuminate will be starting off on attack, which will put Digital Dynasty in a bit of at an advantage, as some would say that this is a defender-sided map. See what we get from Digital Dynasty from the first ban here. We'll see Thermite come out, which is nothing too out of the ordinary, I suppose. He can be of some pretty good use when it comes to opening up the Study and Aviator, or I mean Vault and Aviator, and even on those master pushes for Statuary and Trophy. So I guess actually that will be a pretty big operator off the board for the attacking team. Now we're going to see Illuminate ban Jackal. That is pretty typical, as he can put quite a hurting on the roam game. So we will see Echo come in next. The stream is starting. We were on the 3-minute delay, so we should be live here for them. There was just a bit of confusion maybe. Now we're going to see the Mira come out here as the final ban. So besides the Thermite, nothing too out of the ordinary here through the ban phase. Pretty instrumental operators getting banned per usual, as they play such a large part in how these maps are played. But Thermite will be interesting to see what the attackers plan to use, because I mean Hibana is going to give you a much more limited line of sight through those reinforced walls, so we'll see what they go ahead and decide to do with that. We're going to see Aviator Games Room, which is pretty typical, so that is one of the favorite sites for the defense. Now we're not going to see any secondary hard breach for the attack here. As I said, with the Thermite being off the board and no secondary hard breach, it will be interesting to see what they do with the Hibana there. She's limited with 3 X-Kairos pellets. Definitely not as much room to work with as attacking teams would typically like, but I'm sure they've stratted around this as it... Actually, it was Digital Dynasty's decision here, so we will see how Illuminate handles that ban. Pretty standard setup so far. They reinforce Study. Even reinforce the walls, playing behind bars. Some teams will leave that wall soft just to leave a little bit of a angle to fight back as the teams make their way and do Study.
5 seconds remaining.
I think we might have a Win Bastion outfit out here. I'm unsure as to whether or not that is allowed. But it seems as though Ember Eyes is the only banned skin, which would make sense, as that skin does cause a lot of trouble for anybody to spot a player model. We're going to see Ash move in pretty quickly in the basement here. Taking control over Red Stair, or South Main Stair, pretty quickly. She's going to start working on the barbed right away. They are opening up angles vertically as they do so, narrowly losing her life there, but she's going to go ahead and push up the stair. Once again, this is very quick, as we're only a minute into this round, and the Ashe is working her way into 90 Hall. Gets rid of the shield, as Jaeger's going to actually find a kill. He's going to be rotating through 90 with Mozzie as Mozzie pushes down the hallway. Catalyst finds a kill, so that would be Zofia finding a pick onto the smoke. As Boog pre-fires a few shots at Studied or balcony door. The attackers do have pretty good control here, and they're going to start opening up that wall in Aviator, I believe. Now we're going to see Boog get another kill here. There's 2 on the round for him as Catalyst finds his second as well.
Reloading, cover me.
And that's going to be the bandit off the board for the defense. We're looking at a 3v3 here. I'm going to have to check the rulebook after this round to double check that we are actually allowed to have Wind Bastion uniform in play. All right, now that's going to be Mozzie finding a pick onto Sav. He was positioned at the back end of 90. Zofia is aware of it. She sends some shots down there, but Mozzie's going to pre-fire a few back to make her weary. But he's quickly going to tuck back into cover, as he probably should. The ACOG is probably going to find the victory on that play most of the time. Looking for any angles on somebody playing behind bar and is unable to find any, and that's going to be Boog grabbing his 3rd kill on the round, I do believe. Sophie is looking to make anything happen as she's the last one standing within study here.
10 seconds left.
Through this floor level, and does find a pick on the Maestro. That's stay on the round for her, but she's going to get traded out immediately by the Jaeger. Tries to withstand, but gets put down nonetheless. If you'll give me just a second here.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers. Five seconds left before.
Right, I am checking in with some of the people who I talked to about the league, and we are going to get clarification on the rules here shortly on whether or not wind bastion is allowed. So hopefully we'll get that cleared up here shortly as we move into the 2nd round of this half.
Attackers have
I'm
located
going to see the
bomb.
attackers already grab control over Master Closet. They peek prone level into astronomy. There's going to be a shield here, so he's going to need to be careful as they might be able to spot him out on that punch hole, and that's a pretty easy pre-fire for the defense. Considering you're able to line your shield shot up on those shields prior. And we're going to see 2 picks come up for the attacking team already. It's Sav with another very aggressive entry,
Bomb located
as he's
by
already
attackers.
looking into trophy here. Great control coming up from the attackers early on. 5v3 at this point. Just about halfway through the round. They're going to get rid of the Evil Eye. Then a few pre-fires looking into astronomy. Sophia looks to cover the flank there. They have had a little bit of success with the utility and opening up Master, but they will get impact tricked on the 2nd set of X-Kairos pellets. It will open up some of that wall to provide at least a little bit of support through angles, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to walk through that by any means. There's somebody playing just tucked on the inner part of this wall here, and they're gonna get
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
a huge kill onto the Maestro. That was a very nice shot coming out from Harvey onto the Zofia there, especially since Catalyst has played such a great part in this round. That's Harvey for 2. An extremely nice pre-fire going on to Carlisle there. So this aggressive position has really paid off for them here. He's able to find 2 huge picks. He's pretty pinched in this position though, and he gets the hip fire as he stands back up. That's 3 in the round, looking for 4, and he's gonna find it. Twitch goes down as Harvey holds his position alone on an island. He's gonna get taken out by the Thatcher finally, but extremely nice try on his end. The attackers are able to take that round. We're looking at a 1-1. So, nonetheless, even though the Maestro was able to piece together 3 really impressive kills there, unable to find the clutch. As I have yet to receive any clarification.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Hopefully I'll get word back from one of the people I'm in contact to in the league, and we will get this cleared up. As we are 2 rounds into this matchup, and the game has been pretty close thus far, so we would like to see that get settled as we make our way forward. I am taking any possible time I find in between the rounds here to skim through the rule book, but I'm unable to find any exact rules that would determine whether or not wind bashing is allowed just yet. So my apologies for any breaks in the commentating or that pesky escape menu popping up. I apologize. We're just trying to get settled on some rules here. We will see the trophy statuary hold once again from Digital Dynasty, and they're going to find a big pick. That's Boog again with an early kill, and that'll be from Mozzie. Yeah, and he's peeking out of that closet window, so the attacking team grabbed early control over that closet last time, and it looks like he's going to punish them for that. He is playing pretty aggressive on that window. He hears the repel, so he knows somebody should be on their way up. He's going to toss the C4 out, and it's going to land. Huge C4 onto Spaceman there from Boog. He's feeling pretty confident right now, letting a lot of his gunfights and placing his utility pretty well. All of his pests are out. With any luck, he's going to be able to find some drones here as the round progresses. We're going to see Sophia looking up through into astronomy from the hallway on the first floor here. Finds a nice pick onto the smoke as she gets things started for the attacking team here, getting the pick that they need as they were already down 2 players. We're looking at about 1.5 minutes. They're definitely going to need to grab some map control quickly and start getting to work with their utility. Ash will begin to drone out. Vigil is playing on the bottom floor here. Not sure if they're aware of his position. That could come back to bite them later in the round if they aren't.
The attacker's bomb diffuser has
Not
been
Boog's
dropped.
gonna find 3. And that's going to be a big kill for Sav, though, as he's going to shut down the Jaeger and move on into Statuary. He sees Not Boog playing behind the bomb there. Downs him. Whether he's aware of it or not, it's going to be a player off the board for the defense here. And we're actually looking at 2v2 as he takes a gunfight into Trophy. Does some huge damage onto Maestro, but that 3 armor is definitely going to save his life right there. He was able to tank through those body shots as he pushes through and gets the pinch comes out. Doing a little bit of damage on the Catalyst, but that's going to be 2 on the round for Sophia. They now have complete control over Trophy. Mozzie's down as just a Vigil. He was playing off-site. Seems like he's made his way over into master bed, or into bathroom at this point. He's going to peek the Ash, both sitting at crouch level, and she's going to find it. That's going to be a huge round for Sav there, as he pretty much shapes the win for the attacking team that round. It seems that we do have word on the uniform, so just a moment here. Oh, my apologies. I could have at least put us on to site there so you guys could watch the preparation from the defense.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
As though Emperor Rise was on there, so he went ahead and eliminated his teammate. I'm not exactly sure if we're heading to a rehost or not, so that's one way to handle the decision. Is he will quickly back out to take Ember Rise off of that operator, I do believe. I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at what the Ashe is up to here, as she has made her way in pretty quickly on the rounds prior. Jaeger is just stationed within 90 here, and he is just narrowly going to get away with his life. Nope, Sav will take him, and that's going to be 90 control for the offense really early on, as they are already stationed pretty heavily on the north side of the map. Seems that they are definitely prepped for a 90 take, probably going to open up Vault. Sophia looks to support the Ashe, playing on the window here. C4 coming out from below, but not going to land, so that's going to be no use for the utility there coming out from the Mozzie. But actually, I'm sorry, Mozzie is going to find some use out of that C4. That was
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
Bandit found that C4. I'm sorry, as Mozzie is standing outside and is eventually going to get dispatched by the Ashe, as there were plenty of teammates jumping out of the windows there to come support on that frag. So definitely put themselves in a corner there. At least they wasted a little bit of time, I suppose. But we are looking at a 4v2 here. Pretty good map control coming out from the attacking team, as Spaceman's able to find 1 and 2, and that's going to be the attacking round. And it looks like we are going to be hitting a rehost. So, give us just a moment while we get everything set up, and we will be back with you shortly. And thank you for your patience. All right, now everything is cleared up. It will be a 3-1 as we finish up the first half here. And Illuminate's definitely going to be looking to hold on to the momentum that they carried pretty strongly in the beginning of that first half. They're only taking one round as a loss from the defense there, and that was on the first round. So they've won 3 in a row at this point, and they're looking pretty strong. We're going to see Legion switch off to the Mozzie. They have been bringing Mozzie every round, so it's nothing unexpected there. We're going to see IQ play the Nomad, have the ability to cut off any late flanks, or possibly any late flanks from the defenders there. We're going to see the defense head into a kitchen dining, so that'll be the first time we see this site. They haven't been able to find success in the 2 upstairs sites, and those are favorable for most defending teams. They're going to keep it fresh and move on into kitchen dining. Now, this is a pretty viable site when played properly, so not uncommon for teams to find success here by any means. So it is typically pretty important for them to have some type of presence upstairs, as a lot of this floor is soft. It does look like they're going to invest in the roam up here with Mozzie and possibly Maestro or Doc. We'll be looking to hold on to that top floor control for as long as possible to deny any vertical destruction from the attackers.
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Alright, now let's see if Illuminate keeps the pace that they've started this with, because they've been getting inside the building rather quickly and finding those opening frags. So see if they can keep it up. They most certainly are looking to. Ash is going to make her way right into Master. I have to imagine they have the drone swinging through bathroom there, tossing her the info as she moves forward. The whole Master wall being torn open is definitely going to make them hesitant as they make their way forward. That provides the defenders with a lot of angles to look through here. And we're going to see Doc contest them on the balcony, and there's going to be a team kill on the Spaceman from Voodoo. Now, whether he meant to or not, that's a pretty nice job coming out from the Doc there, as he possibly causes a little bit of confusion by peeking that so aggressively. He's going to heal himself up and sit tight within Trophy. He continues to be a thorn in the side for the defense. That's Sap finding another kill as he continues to stay alive during this matchup, refusing to slow down on any round here. Going to send his drone forward, and that's going to be Catalyst finding one as well. He has been a part of the spearhead that has been so strong for Illuminate in the first half of this game. They are unforgiving, as when they set their sights on a defender, they seem to fall rather quickly. Now they're going to take that top floor control that we had talked about earlier. This is going to allow them to open up some lines of sight looking vertically into kitchen and dining. Nomad's going to place up some air jabs, cutting off any flanks as they look to pressure them. And Carlo's going to find a kill onto the player behind table, and that's going to be Harvey off the board, and the Maestro falls for Digital Dynasty now. As we're looking at a 4v2 with a minute left, the attackers have plenty of time to use their utility here, as Sablik gets a pretty nice angle from balcony there, looking through painting. And Voodoo's going to find a kill onto Not Bug. That's going to be the Doc falling. We're looking at a 3v... Oh, now we're looking at a 2v1. As the down gets soaked up by the smoke there. That's a double kill coming out from Nabuji. He is feeling pretty good at this point. But he still has a pretty tall mountain to climb, as the attackers are at relatively decent health. The smoke canister does come out to a little damage on the Hibana, it looks like. They will send the drone in to grab what little bit of intel they can get before making this execute. Flashes come out. He sends a few pre-fires through the kitchen door. Not finding anything though, as they both rotate over into painting. Going to continue to send a few pre-fires through the door, but the attackers play this properly. There's no way he can win, as they send the pinch into dining, and they're able to find an easy kill onto the smoke, who is pretty well equipped for this type of gunfight, but unfortunately they played it pretty well with a solid pinch there coming out from Illuminate as they continue their momentum on this attacking half. We will see the defenders move on into Aviator Games Room. This is the only site that they found any success on, so I guess it does make sense that we'll see them head back here for the final round of this half. Now, like I said, it really seems that the attackers are just able to get in and clear out the roamers in such a quick fashion that it just leaves too much time for them to set up with their utility in the later parts of the round. So they're getting more favorable angles and whatnot as they make their way onto site in the later parts of the round and not really having to worry about any flanks. Definitely make that a lot easier for them as they do so. Alright, now we've got the proper uniforms in play here, I guess. We'll see if that played any part in the win on the first round here for Digital Dynasty, but most likely it did not. The Jaeger did have some pretty big plays on that round. Once again, pretty standard hold here. As they do open up some angles vertically looking into study here. I'm sure that's to deny any hard breach. Possibly impact trick, or just to get some angles looking up onto the attackers as they make their way in for that breach utility. Alright, per usual, we're going to see Av make his way in following the drone, closely behind. As I said, they've really done a good job at getting in early, grabbing control of the map that they need, and capitalizing on that. So we're going to see the Jaeger playing on top of South Main here, looking to halt that aggression a bit. He's going to send a few rounds down in the main hall there and rotate up the stair a bit safely. We have a defender on each stair here. They are playing relatively aggressive, looking to catch that first floor roam clear off guard possibly. We're playing a few vertical angles from bar. Alright, now they have invested a lot in this first floor roam clear. They're going to see most of the members of Illuminate stationed on the first floor, trying to make sure that they will be able to take or make this execute with ease. No late flanks coming in. They got to be aware that Valkyrie's playing within living room here. She's been here for quite a while. At this point, they're definitely looking to clear her out. Sav's going to swing in and fire a few shots. He does end up downing her, and that'll be a pretty big pick for them as he gets shot at through the ceiling, I do believe, and he was unable to spot it, nearly getting killed as he has just under 25 health at this moment. Alright, and it does look like Hibana has gotten a little bit of use of utility out of the study balcony as she opens up a hole at crouch level height behind that bar. Does make it a lot harder for the defenders to hold that position. He's going to get a big kill out of study window, but immediately gets traded out as he drops down into Valkyrie, and Voodoo was able to find the kill onto the Jaeger there. So nice kill as they were able to take the Hibana off the board, but he was immediately traded out. But with 45 seconds left, that might be a pretty big pick as they haven't gotten too much done in the way of utility on this round. And with 40 seconds left, a 4v3 with these funnels could be favorable for the defense. Thatcher's going to try and get rid of this evil eye. The Maestro wisely turns it away from study, denying him any ability to do so as Voodoo almost hops in front of Spaceman. It seems to be a little bit of miscommunication with these two players as they stack up on a few angles, as Sharps is able to find one onto Voodoo. And that's Sav with another, though, as he looks to even this up for his team. That's going to be a big kill from Spaceman. Catalyst and Spaceman finding 2 kills in there to seal the half at a 5-1 for Illuminate. Now, that attack wasn't looking as uniform for Illuminate. Definitely looked like Digital Dynasty could have taken that one. But they were able to win the gunfights nonetheless, even though they were pushed into those funnels that the defense definitely wanted at the end. They just won their gunfights and win the round. So with that, we are looking at 5-1 at the half. And we are going to see Digital Dynasty move on over to attack. I'm going to see a gridlock. And Sledge is going to switch off on IQ. Gridlock will kind of take somewhat of a position that the Nomad will, as those canisters will at least make it known for any possible flanks that are coming in, as they will have to melee and or shoot all of those traps that do get set out. So she is good for area denial or flank denial.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Even just the noise of her canisters going off can mask a good bit of sound as well. So she is a pretty multifaceted operator. A good bit of use out of that utility. All right. We're gonna see them open up a few angles above the study wall here. I'm guessing that's either to impact trick or to toss some smoke canisters over, possibly.
Attackers must locate and defuse the bomb.
Alright, now will Digital Dynasty be able to match the pace that Illuminate was bringing on attack? Because they were just getting into this into sight with a blaze. They were very quickly taking care of the roam here. The Digital Dynasty is going to look to follow haste. Alright, we're going to see Catalyst back off that angle as he feels the pressure from Master Room closing in. Probably smart, as typically the attackers will dedicate a lot of resources to clearing out Astronomy, Trophy, and Statuary. But we will see a pretty aggressive position coming out from Maestro here, playing within 90. Seems that he's going to be the roots for the defense here. 90 Hall, as he does provide a good bit of denial once the attackers grab a hold of this hallway. Things become a lot harder for the defense. So rotations become very narrow. Right. IQ looking for any utility as she makes her way forward. They're going to take care of that shield, I do believe. They had Zofia dispatch the shield. IQ does peek out and takes a little bit of damage from the Maestros. He's probably sending a few pre-fires down that hallway, as he should. I'd say the shield still is there. Zofia missed with an impact, which is going to cost them. They're going to have to worry about that as they try to make their way forward. Ooh, very narrowly missing the headshot there. Nice try from the Zofia. But Maestro is actually going to go down as Zofia finds a very clean headshot on the spaceman. That's going to be 90 control for the attackers here, as IQ is very low on health, but they do have man count at this point, so things are in their favor with about a minute left here and good map control. This is doable for the attacking team. Does seem as though they have gotten very little done in study, but Thatcher is going to make his way in here as he hits a goo mine. They are pretty vulnerable at this point, but no peeks coming out from study. There definitely is a good bit of respect from both teams here, as you don't see either of them taking gunfights that are too outrageous, but Jaeger's able to find a pick on him, not Boog, and that's going to be a huge kill for Illuminate. And Sav finds one as well with his Legion, and he's going to peek on for a second into study, and he's going to get caught by the Mono though as he swing peeks in there. Alright, and Zofia finds a pick of her own onto Carlisle. So we are looking at 2v2 with 15 seconds left here. The attackers are just going to have to kind of bulldoze into sights. He hits the goo mine. This is probably going to cost him as Valkyrie finds a kill onto Not Fuji. And that will be a defensive win there for Illuminate. And we are looking at 6-1 right now. We are at match point. Digital Dynasty is going to have to quickly correct the mistakes on that attack if they have any hope of bringing this game back. But Illuminate is playing very well, as you can even see after the rehost at least. The kills are coming out in a pretty equal manner for their team. Everybody is pulling a pretty good amount of weight. Those Sav and Catalyst early on in those attacking rounds were definitely finding those entry picks that their team needed. Like I said, this is one of those games where it seems like Digital Dynasty has a few of these rounds where maybe it should go the way of Digital Dynasty, but just in the final moments, Illuminate just wins their gunfight. So even when they have to kind of run into these funnels, into these angles that the opposing team has set up or it's favoring, they just win their gunfights. Now with that last round, the attacking team definitely didn't do themselves any favors, as they hadn't really opened up much in reinforcements or with the soft breach, so the defense was pretty aware of where they were going to be pushing at that point. We move over into trophy statuary. Illuminate is looking to shut this one out at 6-1 and make this a quick matchup. But can Digital Dynasty find the answers that they need to piece this match back together? We will see as we head into possibly the final round of this matchup. So in order to win this round, they're gonna have to get more out of their utility, because they were still dealing with evil eyes in the final seconds. Or I'm sorry, they were still just dealing with a good bit of utility in the final seconds there. They're gonna have to get more out of their utility before they look to make an execute onto site. Hibana is going to spend a little bit on study wall, and I think it's actually going to get tricked. So that's actually a set of Kairos pellets off the board for the attacking team here, which is definitely not good, as this isn't even in sight. So I highly doubt they're going to want to dedicate any more of those Kairos pellets over to that steady push, but Not Boog is going to be able to find one. He's been having a pretty good game. He's going to look to piece together a few opening kills to give his team a chance to start pulling this in their favor.
Drone activated.
Like they did use one more Kairos here to open up into Games Room Bar. That's going to leave them with one pellet left to go, but they are looking at 5v3 here. So man count in their favor, a decent bit of utility to work with, and only a minute and a half to go. Does look pretty doable for Digital Dynasty. But these are pretty strong operators for the defensive team to have in the final moments here, as you're going to see Valkyrie looking for any calls on a possible C4 to come in. But Boog is going to find another kill. That's 2 on the round for him. He finds one onto Carlisle. That's going to be the smoke off the board. A little bit of plant denial gone for the defense there. So he can be pretty useful in the final moments, looking to stop any attackers getting that plant down. We're looking at 5v2, and this is looking very much Digital Dynasty's game. Or round. Catalyst is going to find a kill though, and actually going to down the IQ as well. That's 2 for Catalyst. Wow. He sprays through the wall with the deagle and actually peeks onto the plant with the deagle. I think he's aware of the plant. Doesn't have the C4 to deny it though. Tries to find the pre-fire through the floor, is unable, but Spaceman does find a frag on the Harvey. So that's going to be the Hibana off the board. Now we're going to be looking at Spaceman getting another kill. That's 2 for him on the site retake, essentially. Showing that Maestro Hollow is absolutely no problem. Alright, he's unaware of the position, though, of the player within Trophy, but the player in Trophy is going to sit tight and wait till he knows they are going for the defuse. Finds an easy kill onto Spaceman, as there was no cover for the defuse at that point. Valkyrie's gonna have to push him here, but it's not gonna make a difference, as not making CL is going to find a kill onto Catalyst and seal that round for the attacking team. This is still a very tall order for Digital Dynasty, as we are sitting at 6-2. That's definitely how you start this comeback if you're looking to pull it off. The IQ definitely shaping a good part of how that round went for the attacking team, finding the entry frags that they needed to get their foot in on a little bit of map control. And even though they did get held up on that study push for a little bit, they were able to quickly flush the defenders out of there with Not Boog grabbing those kills. So nice push coming out from Digital Dynasty, as after they took control over that side of the second floor, they quickly made their way over into statuary and took advantage of the lack of presence from the defense and got the plan off, eventually leading them to a win, even though Spaceman put up quite a miraculous effort there in the final moments to shut this match down for Illuminate.
Seconds left before insertion.
We'll see the Evil Eyes getting placed in Master Bedroom, probably to deny any hard breach, but more than likely that will get dispatched by the attackers if communicated properly.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
As we head into what is potentially our final round of this matchup. But Digital Dynasty definitely having a bit of momentum on their side at this point, and they are going to look to piece together a bit of a comeback, sitting at 6-2.
Activating camera.
See Maestro playing within Astronomy. He's got an evil eye placed within Astronomy as well.
Position device.
They have a lot of intel ops on the board right now. Well, Valkyrie and the Maestro, which is going to give them the info they need to get aggressive on some of these early fights as they look to deny them from taking study for as long as possible. Thatcher will take care of all of those bandit traps though. And they will open up study without wasting any X-Kairos this time. That could be pretty useful for them later on in the rounds. So it does look like they are more committed to clearing out study than they are to opening up any hard reinforcements on that statue trophy take. You're going to know there's a player on top of red, and they're going to slam the Jaeger playing within Vault. And that's going to be not booked, just finding an absolutely disgusting kill onto Voodoo there. As he once again continues to shape how the attacking rounds are going for Digital Dynasty. He's just playing such a huge part in getting them inside on the second floor here and doing, oh, well, he's going to reload and peek over onto red there. He's going to get punished for it by Catalyst, who is positioned there, waiting and ready for any attackers to make their way into his line of sight. Will rotate downstairs, takes care of the drone as the attackers will be aware of his position now. He's going to try to find a rotate up south main, it looks like. Going to see the Smoke and Maestro playing on site for their team. The attackers are still positioned outside a master bedroom with just over a minute to go, or just under now. They're going to need to get in there and actually get to work with some of this utility. We are looking at 3v3. This is really anybody's round at this point. They do have a few angles opened up there. Possibly deny it, but doesn't look like they have anybody in position. The Evil Eye will grab a few of those pellets, but nothing substantial. She is able to open up 2 lines of sight through her statue area now. This will give the attackers a little bit of room to work with. A really tight angle between the shield. He's going to see the elbow of the Smoke and take a little bit of damage. He sits at about 75, but Sharps is able to find one on the Maestro. That's huge for the attacking team. We're looking at about 13 seconds here. They're going to swing on in, take this fight onto the Smoke on the shield. They're going to find it. That's all 3 of them inside statuary now. They're more than likely going to take control of this plant, but he hopped off the plant. Catalyst finds the kill and runs away. They had nobody else ready to replant there. How does Illuminate win that? GG. Very good job from the IQ to wait until the very last second there to get the attackers off the plant. Very nice job. What a clutch play from Catalyst there to end out this matchup. As I said, so many of these rounds could have gone to Digital Dynasty, but just in the final moments, Illuminate making the right plays and making the right calls to come out on top. Out of so many close rounds, great game tonight between Digital Dynasty and Illuminate eSports, as Illuminate is able to take it away pretty convincingly. Alright, well that'll be all for tonight's matchups. Thank you everybody for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your night.